That's the question. That's the first question. Well, that's the personal question.
On both. How are you doing? How is the eye?
The eye is fine. I'm doing fine.
What's kind of the next step for you in the process of since it happened to where you are now and ultimately what happens next?
Nothing happens next. I go about my days as I would any other day. There's no like nothing that I need to do. Next step is getting some more sleep and get ready for tomorrow.
What's your aim to get after this?
It doesn't look like, oh yeah. What was the exact, was it abrasion again, or?
I have no idea. I don't know. A couple of scratches in my eye. As far as like the medical term and everything, all that, I'm not 100% sure of. But I am clear to play though.
Have you considered?
No.
Okay, so why not?
I don't want to.
Because, I mean, this has happened now a handful of times. You've had to do it before. Like,
Had to do what?
goggles briefly were, I think,
When?
in the bubble, right? For a minute?
Yeah, for 20 seconds of the game.
Is it just like, I mean, someone who hasn't experienced it, is it just wildly uncomfortable? Like, does it fog? Like,
No, I wore goggles for 3 years when I was younger. So, just don't want to be honest. I mean, obviously, and the doctor said I didn't have to. Now if it gets to a point where, doctor orders are to, I think Amari actually had to wear them under that risk of, and I could be wrong, at risk of being blind and get hit in the eye or something like that. That's not the case for me. If it gets to that point where my eye doctor tells me that I need to wear them, then of course I will, but I've been cleared to go out and play without.
KD, at Media Day, you mentioned something to the effect of, you've had some pretty amazing previous seasons in the defensive area, but also just all around. And this year, you're off to an amazing start as well in the MVP conversation. What are your thoughts early on, and what you need to do to continue to be at that pace? And what are you hoping to get out of this season? Like that's kind of puts you on that pedestal and keeps you there throughout the season for the MVP conversation.
I'm just playing basketball. I don't. You guys put up players on pedestals. We go out there and just play basketball, and for me, I'm just in a great rhythm. Honestly, being on the floor helps. Keeping that rhythm. So my focus is just being on the floor and getting wins for the team.
Eddie, what have you seen that's different defensively with Cam in the starting lineup, and how does that help you do more maybe on backline stuff if you have a better point of attack guy?
Cam always been like that though. He's always been best on the ball. He's always been defensive minded. He's continuously trying to find I won't say where he fits on the team, but his role where he can be in the lineup or get minutes or like whatever. And in the Detroit game when he came in, he was able to cause some disruption. In Detroit?
Yeah.
Detroit game, come in, cause some disruption, and something that we just needed, especially if we come out flat and they have a elite scoring guard or elite scoring wing. He's able to be disruptive. We've seen it in the Philly game, with Paul George. So I mean, he's been built for even back to last year. He was the same way, putting him on defensive assignments where we need him to kind of be that dog for us. He's accepted the role and locking in to make shots when he needs to, make plays when he needs to. But he's locked in on just being that defensive guy for us in the backcourt.
Last question.
Hey, can you talk about how important it is to have guys that's willing to sacrifice, just be professional, things that kind of spoke on, just having the right moves, they got to play a different role.
Yeah, I think everybody has to sacrifice in order to win the championship. Some more than others, but takes, to win. That's what the good teams do. Look at all the guys all the teams that won, there was always sacrifice, everybody on the team. So it's just about if guys are willing to, accept their role and understand that it takes sacrifice to win. And I think everyone on this team, believes that, they're willing to do whatever it takes, and not just saying it, but actually meaning it. And, which is why, it was not a huge thing, when they go to, D-Lo once to start camp. Everybody's willing to sacrifice and do whatever it takes for the team to have success. And, you get Cam and starting lineup to bring disruption, and D-Lo is playing well. So, and it could go back, I don't know, that's the JJ thing, but I think everybody has been able to, just do whatever the team needs to get wins and ultimately some people are happy.
Thanks, AD.
A significant injury with him. I guess, what was the most encouraging part in that stretch without him? The second half in the fourth quarter, and how can that kind of push forwards for that group?
I thought it was Jackson. Both sides of the ball, just doing his job, putting pressure on the rim, offensively, screening, and then his offensive rebounding as well. Got us a couple extra possessions. And then he's had back-to-back defensive games that were outstanding.
Still early, 10 games in, but you guys have rated high both offensively and defensively in half court. How encouraging is that, especially as we're still trying to install stuff, only 10 games in, but you guys have had that kind of performance, especially offensively?
Yeah, we've got a ways to go defensively, even in the half court, but we have talked a lot about setting our defense, and when we set our defense, i.e. get back, makes and misses, turnovers, whatever it may be, we sprint back, get our defense set. We could be a good defensive team. But the, intention and intent to do that over the weekend was good. Wasn't perfect, but it was good. And then offensively, brought this up with the group a number of times. When we play random versus when we play organized, it's night and day. When we're intentional and using our collective basketball IQ, we can still be organized and target matchups and get the ball to the right guys. When we've done that, we've looked really good offensively.
What are your thoughts on the in-season tournament? Obviously, Lakers are bringing you to the tournament. What are your thoughts on the significance of it?
I said it last year when I was an analyst. I think it's wonderful, the response by players, coaches, the league, and fans. I thought it was very positive in year one. I'm excited to be a part of it.
JJ, just a quick follow-up on that. Last year there wasn't probably as attention to detail about the point differential early from some teams. How do you feel like you're going to manage that, especially in the earlier games?
I'm just going to try to win basketball games, to be honest with you. I'm going to try to win basketball games.
If you guys got anything on Vando, kind of as he's back home, or Christian?
No update. Christian, we do have an update on. He was ramping up his return to play. He developed some soreness. We're going to scale him back. We'll have an update in about 4 weeks.
Last D'Angelo spoke a little bit about his leadership, especially with the some things that he's picked up from playing with guys like Kobe, Steph Curry, and now LeBron. Just kind of, what have you seen from him in terms of being a leader?
I've seen him be vocal. I've seen him use his natural charisma and energy to give our group some juice. It was a challenge I had for him from the first day he came to the gym in September, and I think he's been wonderful.